members of the congregation. You are now here on a Wednesday with Easy, the tech preacher. Truth to be told.
It's Wednesday, hey, tell me, are you ready? It's Wednesday, hey, tell me, are you ready? It's Wednesday, tell me, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? It's easy, yep, the tech preacher, yes indeed it's easy. Yep, the tech preacher, yes indeed it's easy. Yep, the tech preacher, yes indeed it's easy. Yep, the tech preacher. All the real wired ones, where you at? 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 All the real wired ones, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at?
Boy, I tell you what, shit, man, that's the most hyped up song. I love it. I absolutely love it. What's up, everybody? This your boy from I'm Easy Computer Solution, the tech preacher. I got the wired ones in the building, baby. It's 2 weeks before Christmas. We're gonna have us some fun today. We're gonna talk about software updates and why it's important. And why, everybody always anticipate on software updates and bug fixes and stuff like that. So we're gonna talk about it. We got a lot of people hitting the building already. Welcome. You know what I just noticed when I was trying to when I went on my channel, if I got an instant pop up and say, "Hey, do you want to join this channel?" So I'm cool. I'm like, okay, YouTube is doing something to try to help. So it says you want to become a member. So I got an instant pop up and say, "Hey, do you want to become a member of this channel?" So okay, I'm cool with that. Thank you, YouTube. Trying to do a little something. So, yeah,
Now, does that work for the smaller ones or only the bigger ones? Like
I don't know. It worked for me. It worked for me. I don't know. It may work for y'all.
Yeah, the big.
No, I ain't know. And I mean, look, I got I know y'all got your report right in your email about your performance.
I suck
for 2021, right? We all didn't suck. I think we did well. No, I did very good.
I suck.
I did very good. I did very good.
Just don't swallow it.
You suck. You didn't suck, man. I don't know your numbers, but looking at your performance throughout the whole year, I don't think you suck.
Nah, he's good.
I mean, the only thing the goal that I haven't achieved in 2021 was my sub count. And I know the reason why.
Same for me.
It's, and I'm going to tell you the reason why. It's because YouTube doesn't entice people to sub. Because if you're not subscribed to a person's channel and you watch one of their videos, you don't need to subscribe. It's going to pop up in your feed no matter what.
Yeah.
So why sub when you drop a video, it's gonna drop up in their feed. So I think YouTube, look, the views is good. I do like that, but the sub count is bad. I mean, clearly I want to be way better than where I'm at right now, right?
Right.
But I just think when I look at it, I just don't see why would anybody subscribe. And look, it's not because we got bad channels. I think our channels are magnificent. It's just people don't hit the sub button. That's it. But they still watch our content because the views are good. So I don't think, I think everything across the board for all our channels is probably good, but sub count. But you have to realize one thing, sub count it's really nothing, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm not tripping on no more.
Because YouTube don't push out notifications. So it's really not.
Notifications. Yeah, like you look, you really pay attention. You're like, wow, okay. How am I supposed to come back if you ain't putting out the notification?
Right, and if you look at your analytics, you get more views from other people versus your subscribers, right? So that's the way. And so one of the biggest complaints that we get from our subscriber base is that they don't get notifications. So they don't know when you go live. They don't know, when you drop a video. All the time they know is when they go on YouTube itself and they see you on a feed. That's it. So I think YouTube ought to fix it, but we've been dealing with this for a very long time. So with that said, when we talk about updates, that's a good update that YouTube need to do.
Yeah, that would be great.
That'd be a great update. But why we talking about updates today is because I always been an advocate of why updates is so important, because of security patches, bug fixes, and stuff like that. I know a lot of people used to argue me down in the past, talk about they don't care about software updates. As long as the phone works, they really don't care about software updates. I disagree with that. It's because you still need security patches, you still need bug fixes, you still need enhancements for your device to maintain the performance that it's doing. That's why software updates is important, not because of OS changes. Because I mentioned in my video, and I say this on record, I am not rushing phones to get on Android 12. And the reason why is because using a Pixel, it's good, but it's not as good as 11. I think using the Pixel on Android 12, I think a lot of people be hard pressed to say, okay, is it better than Android 11? Not at its current state. I think once Android 12 get a little more prime, a little more spice, a little more bug-free, a little more enhancements, I think it'd be ready for prime time. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm probably going to take out my SIM card out of the Pixel 6. And the reason why is because, give you a prime example, today, I had nothing but missed calls today. My phone didn't ring at all. I'm looking at my my missed call log. It disappears every now and then. I reboot the phone, and all of a sudden I look at my call log, and then all my missed calls will pop up. I didn't get no call screening today, no nothing. So I missed out on, and it's been the last couple of days, it's been a current issue that I've been having with call screening. It's been kind of hit and miss. My Samsung watch is not working too well on the Pixel. So I got it back on my Z Fold 3 because it's not working. I'm not getting the phone calls. I'm not getting the text messages. I'm not getting anything. It's hit and miss. So I say that to say, yeah, I'm not getting no text messages and stuff like that when I got it on my Pixel versus my Galaxy Z Fold 3. It's just perfect. So I think, and I'm not saying the Pixel is bad. I believe that the operating system is. Because did you notice the text message the whole time, or is it just recently it started happening? Well, it's been hit and miss since I paired it up. Since it's been almost a month since then, I've been using it as my daily driver. So it's been hit and miss. So it's been the whole time. It's been the whole time. So did you have RCS turned on your Fold before you switched over? No. I'm just using the regular. I'm just using the regular messenger. Yeah. So this is the thing. Like I always tell people, straight up. In my job, my phone calls can't miss. I can't have missed text messages. That's the reason why I go Pixel, because I've been let down by every other operating system. When it comes to that kind of stuff, iPhone is great, bad notifications. So I would miss notifications. So it has, when you get notifications from multiple places, it's hard to distinguish them on the iPhone unless you wear a watch, right? Right. But yeah, with my Pixel, it's been rock solid. So that's the reason why I switched. My business phone is my Pixel now, and this is paid. This is $0 for me for my they begged me. They're like, hey, you want to switch your phone anytime? Because we switch carriers, you got a new phone. They begged me at work, and I switched to this because I got to have all my stuff right.
Yeah, Eric, with the watch, Eric, did you you have to go inside of the Galaxy plugin app, and you got to add what you want to. Yeah. So I got the Galaxy plugin and all that here, and I went in and like I said, it's the same thing that I did on my Z Fold 3. I did on here, and I'm just not getting it. I'm just not getting it. I mean, I'm just not getting it. Is your watch on
power saving mode?
Oh no, I have my so I have my watch, and when I go to, let me see, go
to battery and see if it's on power saving mode, because I know when I'm at my job, I have to put it on power saving mode to keep the motherfucker from dying on me. So sometimes I don't get all of the notifications.
No, I'm let me see. I will check it right now. Battery. No, it's not on power saving mode. I'm good here.
Okay.
It said I've been on for a whole day. Now the battery life has been rock solid.
Right.
But, you know, when we talk about battery life on the watch, I keep my watch on 24 hours a day. Only time I take my watch off when I shower, shit, and shave, I take it off, I put it on the charger. After I shower, shit, and shave, I put the watch back on. I'm good. I sleep with it on, and I'm up all day, and I'm at 51%. I'm good. Oh, so look, a call. Send me a DM on Twitter. Call. I'll send you a link. Yeah, call. I'll send you a link.
Yeah. That, like I said, that's the one thing. Like I text Gigi and Catwoman. We're in a group. Like it's on point all day long.
I don't miss any of my. I wouldn't use it if I wouldn't.
I would not. I couldn't use it. My boss would call me and say, "Hey, guess what? You know that raise you just got? Guess what? You fired." You know, I can't miss text.
And so that's
maybe
my
it's
problem.
a watch 4 thing. LaShawn, do you use it with your Pixel?
Yeah, I do.
That's
like,
and you're not missing no notifications and no text messages.
No, especially when they be going ham in the group.
Yeah, that thing.
Oh yeah, like we have to mute because we getting everything.
Yeah,
we're like we're at
and I'm in a warehouse dog that's giving my shit fucking bad battery life, terrible. And I'm able.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I have 2 watches. I have 2 watches, right? So I have
maybe your phone confused.
You could side load the update to see if that's what's going on. Like if it's, you know.
See, what I did was I bought 2. These are the LTE ones, right? So I bought Galaxy because I wanted the 2 colors. So I bought the 2 of them, and I want them all. See, what I want to do, like when I'm out doing filming and stuff, I leave my phones in the car so I can get my notification and phone calls and shit on my watch so I can focus on filming. So I leave everything in the car, but you can't really focus when your shit going off like that, you know. But I'm just saying, like, I do that. But look, I don't know. I don't know. I did. So today, my wife, the Oracle was calling me today, and I wouldn't get no phone calls from her. So she sent me a text message. She sent me a text message saying, "What the fuck? Like, you ignoring me?" I'm like, so what I did was I screenshotted my call log and I sent it to her in a text message. And she was like, "Wow." She said, "I called you like a bunch of times." And on my call log,
what service are you using right now?
This is this phone right here. It's on T-Mobile.
So it's on. Is it US Mobile T-Mobile?
No, the T-Mobile, the real deal. Right,
it's going straight to voicemail.
Yeah, and the thing about it is she called me and she said she called me like 6-7 times and I got nothing. And I mean I got vendors calling me, right? I got and I didn't even get the phone call. I got
for me, vendors are pretty cool, but if they make a mistake, like there's a couple of people at my job that it's not like it will go to my boss or my boss's boss. It's like, oh, we're gonna go 7 levels to the CEO. Barry didn't return my call. Like my missing calls, they're going straight to the CEO. Like, we can't wait to get you out of here. You know what I'm saying? So they're looking for any reason. So that's the reason why, like, I gotta rock with this because every other phone has let me down. So my pretty much if I have my iPhone or my Samsung or whatever it is, it's just used for data, like on my business line.
So I don't know, man.
I wanted to say, Brett had mentioned something, and this is the reason a lot of people were wondering why it's a phase update. So you can, like, LaShawn, did you get your video out? So I didn't see one.
I haven't gotten it out.
Okay, so I know Ike released a video how you can side load the December updates, and people were asking why do companies phase it out? Because one of the things that they put in this update wasn't a bug fix. they turned on what's called carrier aggregation. All right. So when we are on a base station, normally we can talk to one base station. Well, the cool thing about 5G and LTE as we started to progress is if the modems were capable, we could be talking to this base station and talk to this one and get data like faster throughput, like a better connection. So they added that. Everybody over in the US has got it. It's like, man, I'm getting, you see these speeds, my download speeds? I'm staying connected all over town. They put it out in Europe, and now those people are dropping calls. And it's because they put it out way too many people. They didn't do a phase release in Europe. They was like, hey, just turn it on without, really testing. They tested it for over here, So that's the reason I was kind of mentioning that to Rhett. But yeah, I wonder if we could maybe afterwards see what's going on here. Because we all have the phone. We're not having any issues with that.
So let me ask you a question about software updates, because I see a lot of people chiming in, about this stuff. When we talk about software updates, I remember a long time ago when we discussed this about software updates, right? And a lot of people really didn't care about software updates. Like if you was going from Android 8 to 9, a lot of people like, no big deal. But now, going from Android 10 to Android 11, I see that Android 11 when it's a much polished operating system, it's much stable, it's much this, much that. Now we're going to Android 12, and we see people like OnePlus, right, that scaled their Android 12 back a little bit because it was crap, right? And then everybody that's getting the software update with the Google Pixel on Android 12, they start to see that it's fine-tuned. So this is why software updates is so important. Not only you get bug fixes and enhancements, but you get security patches. That's probably the most important, especially now with all this cryptocurrency scamming and all this stuff like that that's going on. And everybody tell you can win $1 million. All you gotta do is click this link. And I don't know why people falling for all these okie dokes, but I've been hearing some horror stories left and right about people that's getting money taken from them. They give this company money to do something for them, and they never see them or hear from them again. I see people talk about, look, I invest in cryptocurrency. I always tell people this like this. Don't fall for a scammer. Just go to crypto.com, start an account, buy the dip, let it sit. And that's really simple. It ain't nothing. But I understand that people need to do a little more homework on it. But people falling for a lot of scams. So I believe that, and then we had one person, right? Then I think Kia, Too Technical, is it her page got hacked, right? So
it was her Twitter and her Instagram.
Right. So I think when it comes down to security patches for smartphones, you got to remember, smartphones is the number one item that you got in your pocket at all times. Like the smartphone is your life. That's right now, and that's a shame, but the smartphone is your life. You know how many, think about this. When somebody lose their smartphone, they go ape shit crazy. They go ape shit because you lose your smartphone, it's like you could slice your wrist. It's the end of the world. And you think about for punishment for teenagers, you ain't got to take nothing from them but their smartphone. You tell them you grounded, long as they got their smartphone, they don't care. You could tell them you punish, you could take money from them, you could not buy them a PS5, you could take Christmas from them, you could do everything, but long as they got a smartphone, they don't even give a shit. But you could take a smartphone from a teenager, they'll jump off the bridge. It's the end of the world. And so I say that to say that smartphones is the number one thing for hackers. Everybody trying to get in your smartphone, where you lose it and you don't have two-part authentication and you don't have Face ID on, your thumbprint scanner. You listen, man. So you got all these vulnerabilities, right? You got a lot of people that finding ways to manipulate the operating system. This is why the security patches come out to patch the bad people, like the vulnerabilities, right? So when it comes down to updates, a lot of people don't understand updates. They say, "Well, I got Android 12," and I got a lot of comments about the LG Wing video I dropped. Well, it doesn't. Nothing changed. Well, it did change. It's a big freaking update, right? So it was a big, huge update. But it didn't change on the surface. You can't visually see the changes, but behind the scenes, it's a lot of things change behind the scenes, and I think people need to understand that. that when you do get a software updates, it's things that's happening behind the scenes, not visuals. But yeah, I mean, but they do have software updates that take away features. Right? We had some software updates that took away features. So that happens a lot too. You know, but I go back to the Galaxy S8. Galaxy S8 came out with no Bixby working, but you had to wait for a software update to you know, to get Bixby to work. So software updates is important. Now, you got some companies like, you know, Pixel, you go always get your monthly software updates. Then you have others like Samsung may be a little later on their software update, but Samsung been doing a better job. Apple is totally different, guys. I mean, we you know, we don't have to talk about iOS. That's a totally different animal.
I don't think they're a totally different animal. I think people think they're a totally different animal. Like to give you an example, there's people that were someone made it. So someone made a comment today on Twitter. It was oh yeah, people are like Android 12, the Pixel, all that stuff. It's basically unusable. And all these people were chiming in, right? And iOS 15.1 came out at the end of November to fix the call drop feature that iOS had back, and everybody can Google this, November of 2020. iPhone 12s and 13 have been plagued, and no one wants to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? No one can talk about that, right? So iOS has its own issues. They all have issues, and I'll speak to the OnePlus thing. Samsung is not pulling Android 12 off the S series. They had an issue with the Z Fold. That's not the S series. So OnePlus, what ended up really happening with OnePlus is this: they have a loyal base, and their loyal base was already mad with the way Oxygen OS was going. Then they came out with this update, and they're like, wait a second here. I feel betrayed. Like, if you go follow their post, I'm betrayed. What is OnePlus doing? They threw us away, you know? So rest in peace. There are people that weren't even using it saying rest in peace all over Twitter. So I think that's what OnePlus did. They came back and said, oh, well, we better pull this and go back to the drawing board. So let me ask you a question about OnePlus. Let's talk about OnePlus for a second. You think they I mean, by them, they should have known that the fan base was going to be highly upset. I think what ended up happening, and that's the reason why there was already an announcement, is when their fans that probably didn't even use it were just like, rest in peace, ColorOS, I don't like it. Oppo, if you see the announcement that came out today, Oppo was like, and they're going to be a sub brand under us. That's what the announcement was. Oppo's like, we're taking this completely over. And that's probably the reason why they pulled it. Because they're like, guess what? OnePlus, you're done. It's over. So it's like, they better get this next phone right. And if they don't, guess what? It's gonna be an Oppo over here instead of OnePlus. Yeah, that announcement came out today.
I sent you the link.
I agree. Demons, I agree. Because if you it's like you gotta here's the thing. This is what I don't think people understand. At some point, it was nice when OnePlus was this flagship killer at the low price. They can't compete with a Google and come out with a $600 phone. They don't got that kind of money. They can't do a loss. They just like they couldn't magically next year compete with Xbox and PS5. They can't take a loss. You know what I'm saying? So they had to go for money. I'm sorry that, you know, people didn't like it. They shot their shot and they lost. You know, that's just it happens sometimes.
Thank you very much, Magic Tech Review, sir, for the 99-cent holler. Let's go 10 hut. And I want to welcome Carl to the live stream. What's up, sir? How you doing now?
Yeah, it's been a while, guys. I'm doing
great. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yes, it's been a while, man.
I tried to jump in because when Barry talked about Oppo and OnePlus, And I just want you guys to know, OnePlus, it is Oppo. It's just like a department of Oppo. Their founder is really amazing guy. He's a really good guy. Knows how to market the consumer products, under different brands and how to combine them. Because if now OnePlus is getting beat rebrand, get back to the fame to Oppo, then Oppo will have a higher revenue things. I think if they try to go, public things, or maybe, much easier for the revenue things.
But let me ask you a question, Carl. So since Oppo, since OnePlus has already got a footprint in the United States, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Now Oppo, that's going to be there, that's taking over all the function, whatever they're doing with OnePlus. Now, since Oppo is doing foldables, that nice, beautiful foldable device that they dropped, that could eventually come under the OnePlus brand and come to the United States. You think that's possible?
I think so.
Because that'll get Oppo the opportunity to start getting their devices under the OnePlus name in the United States.
I think
because
so.
Oppo just cannot drop a phone in the United States because nobody don't know who they are. But OnePlus been here for a few years, so they got a footprint, especially with T-Mobile, that's pushing them pretty heavy and stuff like that. So I think since OnePlus is already in the United States, I think Oppo could, do something. But it's all about price. See, that's the whole thing. It's all about price. Because you can have a good product, but you got to beat Samsung and Apple. And Samsung give you so many deals. That's the most difficult part right there. I mean, Samsung was giving the Z Flip 3s out for free on carriers, right? With stuff like that. I mean, you can't beat free. So, and then Samsung got the best trade-in deals. I mean, they beat everybody when it comes down to trading deals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I have so many Samsungs, But anyhow, I think if Oppo, they are confused because, Oppo, they also have the other brand called the Vivo.
Korea, yeah.
Oppo, Vivo, OnePlus, they are all together.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. They have, those people are good. I'm not saying
they're great.
Are good.
Yeah.
Those people are good at marketing.
Yeah, they're really great. Good.
Yeah, we've never seen anything bad about them.
Yeah, the Vivo.
Right.
The Vivo X70
I'm not talking about
Pro.
podcast.
No, but the X70 Pro and the Pro Plus is probably one of the best phones you can get.
I only love Samsung. I got a 6 Samsung right now.
Yeah. The issue is like I think Samsung does a great job with their trade-ins and all that stuff, but let's also keep it real. The Vivo X70 Pro is one of the best phones you can get. It's $730 US. The Vivo X70 Pro Plus is around $900 to $1,000 UX, and it has a GN1 sensor and the Vivo X70 doesn't have it. It has the Sony IMX and the GN1 sensor that is found in the $600 Pixel 6. So I think, no matter what is being said with people having issues with Android 12, a OnePlus, ColorOS, like someone in the chat said ColorOS, it's done to me. Well, guess what? ColorOS is FunTouch OS for Vivo, which is all over YouTube with people saying it's one of the best things ever. And ColorOS is all over Oppo right now, which people are saying is the best thing ever. So either we probably should see change and let's adapt to this change, or we're going to freak out when some of the best phones right now run the stuff that we want to take OnePlus and shoot and kill right now over. There's a reason why Vivo is killing it right now. Right?
Mm-hmm. So I think what happened is you have one person that make a comment about rest in peace OnePlus, then everybody run with it.
Correct.
That's what that's all about, right?
That's what it's about. Yeah.
It's not about them actually using the operating system, because 99% of pretty much all these people that's clowning OnePlus, they probably never used ColorOS before. They never used it.
They've never used it.
So they are complaining about OnePlus going to ColorOS, but they never used it. So but OnePlus still screwed up a little bit. They had to pull the operating system because it was some issues with it. So I mean, it's bad on both sides at this point, right? I think the operating system is going to be good once they get it on the device. I think people just get alienated for change. People don't like change.
Correct.
But if OnePlus 10 come out at an over $1,000 price point, OnePlus will have a problem. They're going to have a problem. They can't do it with the OnePlus. Look, the OnePlus 9 Pro was a $1,100-$1,200 phone. And so if the OnePlus 10 come out at $1,100 and $1,200, they're going to have a problem.
Oh yeah, they're going to have a problem. They can't compete with, first of all, you can't compete with Google, because if we are doing what we're supposed to do as tech reviewers, if we're really doing what we're supposed to do, we're supposed to be pointing out, like when a Vivo comes across our desk, when a Pixel comes across our desk, we're supposed to be able to say, well, guess what? I can actually, in video now, even though it doesn't have a portrait mode, I can shoot bokeh type of video with my Vivo and my Pixel 6. You see what I'm saying? That's a game changer. And that's not being brought out to the forefront. You know what I'm saying? So I totally agree.
I think one of the reasons why a lot of people get confused on why OnePlus can't make money, right? Why everybody tripping? It's because OnePlus came out as the flagship killer, high spec at a low price. That's how they came out. Apple already was high, right? So when Apple came out, they was already expensive. Samsung was already, at the high premium price point, but OnePlus came out cheap. That's the thing. You cannot come out at remember the OnePlus One was $399 when everybody else was running $799, $899. OnePlus was at $399. All right. Yeah. You can't go from $399 to the same price as the premium, right?
I'll just say this because D-Mims brought up a good point. D-Mims, you are correct. So that's the correction. It's really because the Pixel is the perceived cheaper, and the fact that they brought in the hardware, like the wide angle, probably the only thing that's competing with it over in the States is the iPhone 13 Pro Max, not even the 12 series. It's the 13 Pro Max. They actually really but the wide angle by far was, before that phone came out in America, best wide angle by far. Like I wouldn't even use the other sensors on that camera. It's just, I would just use the wide angle. That's how good it is.
Yeah. And so that's the problem. I mean, look, I see what you're saying, D-Mill. We got to let it go 5 years ago, but you can't. It's called history. You can't let it go. You can't let history go. History is history. You can't let it go, bro. You can't let it. All right. So when Samsung had the Note 7 Fireball, they don't let that go. They always talk about Samsung Note caught on fire.
People still on LG about boot looping. Still on.
Yeah, they're still on LG about boot looping, and that happened 5, 6, 7 years ago. And people still talk about boot looping on LG phones. You cannot let it go, and the reason why is because it's history. And you have to judge a company by the history. You can't judge a company by today. You got to look at Microsoft, right? Microsoft, the first duel, and look what they did with their Microsoft operating system way back. They screwed over they fucked over. The whole operating system got shut down, and they snatched the covers off of people that was using the operating system. So why trust Microsoft? And look what they did with the Surface Duo 1. So you got to have a history on a company in order to, can you trust them? That's the whole thing. So when we talk about OnePlus, we talk about the history of OnePlus, how they started and where they are now. Is it better now than it was 5 years ago? That's what you got to look at. I look at it like that. I look at, is OnePlus better company, Oppo or however they are now, than they was 5, with the mistakes that they made, and can they rectify that mistake going into 2022? Can they fix it?
I think they can. I think they can. I think this year was poor marketing. I really do. I think it was poor marketing. I think when they pulled it out, unless people's phones were exploding, all that stuff, they should have kept. They shouldn't have pulled it. Based on the comments that I saw, you just have to say, hey, and they could have just released a statement and say, hey, man, ColorOS is going to be a change. You know, we'll take your feedback, keep it moving. But to pull it and then make your supposed fans that have been betrayed, you don't got them anyway. Get new fans. You know.
So look, I mean, we iPhones had problems. Remember when they had Intelligate?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And so I mean, people still talk about Intelligate, right? That happened 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Shit, that was longer than that, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's probably longer than that. People still talk about that.
You owe the
that was iPhone 4. The reason why I know, I know people that. I know people that know the guy that actually did that antenna. So,
I mean, look. Here's the thing. Man. He trash. We talk about a lot. Like on this channel, we on our live streams we talk about everything. Like everything is on the table. We don't hold back on whether it happened yesterday, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever. We still hold their feet to the fire no matter what.
DK.
Oh, and real quick, just so everybody knows you can go back and rewind the stream after the stream. Like we keep it real here. My iPhone 13 is in a case bar.
There it is. There it is.
Right
there it is.
It's in a case bar.
So Carl, let's since you're here, if anybody that don't know who you are, look, for everybody that's on the live stream that don't know who you are, please call. Let them know who you are and what you represent and what do you sell and stuff like that. So people in the comments here, and we could drop links so they can go buy all your shit, man. Go buy all your cases. Let them know that you got the best cases on the planet, beating all of them.
Yeah, I try because look.
Ooh, there you go.
This is aluminum, and this is for S22. S22.
I'm waiting on them. Hey.
I'm selling cases, I'm a troll though. I was a troll, but I changed myself. I don't really troll for nothing. I think generally I'm still a good guy. I enjoy hanging out with people online. So I'm not to sell today because people talking about Oppo, OnePlus. You know what is ironic? Back in China, like 6 or 8 years ago, the brand called Vivo and Oppo, they selling shit products. The only slogan they use, I'm sorry for my language. The only slogan
you can say shit.
Is that it's a charge 5 minutes and you can talk 2 hours. And so that's why everybody bought that. And most of people who bought the phone, either not that rich to buy an iPhone or for flagship Samsung. They just, work class, blue collars, not that rich, not like the United States. Just they can't afford an iPhone, so they think, whoa, the commercials are really good. The Vivo and Oppo, the commercials say they're perfect. They like iPhone, so people go and get it. And that sucks, man. The phones are slow. Very slow. The only thing works is that they have a fast charger. That's it. And for apps, for all this time, they got to improve so good.
Yeah.
So it's like a opposite way, like a OnePlus to 5 years ago to now. When Easy talk about OnePlus 3, I nod my head like this because I bought a OnePlus 3. I love the stupid phone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's amazing. $399 or something. And people say, why you don't get an iPhone? I said, heck, iPhone, $799 or $599. No. I got a huge screen, rocky fast, the operating system things. And right now, the OnePlus 9 Pro stuff, I actually bought them. I return them. I use them to show my commercial. I try to keep them. The only 2 phones I return, only 5 phones I return are OnePlus 9, OnePlus 9 Pro, iPhone 12, iPhone 12 mini, and iPhone 13. I don't use iPhone. to be frank.
No, Carl, real quick. So
somehow,
here's the thing.
Yeah.
I totally get what you're saying, but do you feel that OnePlus could have continued to offer that type of performance at those prices?
No, they
that's
don't.
That's what I'm saying.
Many things. If you go into low ends, I mean not low ends, you're trying to tell people I'm a high end feature with low end price. This mode doesn't last long. You know what I mean?
Right.
It can build you a path, but the path is not to the success.
Yeah.
It just bring you to the road so you can start competing with others. But I still think OnePlus, they went too far, just like too expensive. People like you, but it doesn't mean you can go like a premium price like that much, because you change yourself. Why don't you go?
Yeah.
Why don't you just go back to before? We don't need a Snapdragon things. Give me medium kits, medium tax.
Yeah, and that's the only way they could do it.
$499, $399, $599, still perfect. We don't need to. You don't need to, to compete with Samsung or anything with the phone. But if you have fold things, of course you can bring them in. They're supposed to be premium, but don't forget who you are. You
know what? I remember when OnePlus came out, right? I follow OnePlus because I bought not all of them, but I bought the OnePlus 1, OnePlus 2, OnePlus 3, and so forth and so on. They came out and they energized me, right? Flagship killer. That was their motto. We give you more for less, or never settle, right? That was their motto, right? Never settle with their motto, right? And so they came in and they smoked it, right? They smoked it. They give you very good hardware. The cameras was, it's hit and miss here, but they gave you good hardware. I mean, the software on OnePlus was beating everything out there. The OnePlus 3, when Samsung was still using TouchWiz and everything else, it was slow and stuff like that. That's when OnePlus was coming out with 6 gigs of RAM when everybody else was using 3 gigs of RAM. Mm-hmm. They was knocking it out the park. They gave you good product, good hardware, a decent price. They was undercutting. They was undercutting the flagship. I mean the Samsungs and the higher brands, but they had a great product. What happened was after I would say the OnePlus 6 going into the OnePlus 7, and then they came out with all these Nord series, and then they just started coming out with bullshit, and it was I
know what happened. So this is what happened. I'm not sure what you think or Carl thinks, or he knows, but this is what happened. They had the flagship killer, they're low cost and all that stuff. And what happened is they wanted to continue the never settle. And they were like, hey, never settle. Qualcomm called them up. Guess what? $200 per processor. And they said, all right, we settled. Okay, let's go and do something different. They couldn't do it. You can't do it. That's $200 per phone. They can't do it.
I do. I understand that, but I think I don't know, man. You're right. I agree.
I know. Look, Big House. Hey, my man, go Hawks. We from Arkansas. Hey, Big House is real. He reminds me about the Xiaomi.
Xiaomi's good.
OnePlus is actually follow every footstep, footprint Xiaomi did in China. But how Xiaomi get to grow bigger and bigger? Because for these 10 years, I'm from China. I immigrated to the United States 2010. I've been here 11 years. The country is developed too fast, and now when a third world country, they have a super boom the economic. They don't want to consume American products, Japanese product, Europe product. They want to have their own brand because we are so good. You know what I mean? We are so good. So back a while before United States government punished the Huawei, their Huawei phone. In China, I think 99% they're trying to tell you, if you love China, use Huawei. You use the iPhone, you are donating money to build a nuclear weapon. They're gonna hit on us later. So they use that shit like that. A lot of people follow up. You know what I mean? But right now, OnePlus is different. it's like, you don't have the philosophy like Xiaomi something like, we need to bring our national brand to the top tier, not just import products. And people say, okay, why not? But for OnePlus, if you go like a Samsung and something, but you lack of the history of like Samsung being always like premium brands to me, maybe to most of us, and your OnePlus came with nobody. Shit, my tire is stronger than you. This is a rock better than diamond. It costs you $20. And right now you want to sell me something like 1100 flagship.
Yeah,
I love the phone, but I'm not paying. It's not.
OnePlus signed a contract with Hasselblad. I thought that was okay move. I mean, I think they had to do something because everybody shitted on their cameras for so long. So they signed did the multi-million-dollar deal with them to enhance the cameras and camera performance. So when as them combining with Oppo, is Oppo going to still honor that Hasselblad deal, or that's kind of go away to the shits? What you think?
I don't heard or didn't read anything about Oppo with a Hasselblad camera.
Yeah, they're probably gonna cancel that contract.
They don't promote that in China because in China they always say we got a 200 million, megapixels there.
Yes, correct.
Oh, yeah. 200 million.
They don't say because people don't know. To be honest, when I was young, when you guys have everything just like right now except the smart devices, I have nothing. The only electrical applicants in my house could be a 10-watt, the bulbs. That's all. But now it's like 2 or 3. So people don't have the history about the Hasselblad stuff. Not a lot. So it couldn't use for the public marketing things. So I think it's only for United States. But I think OnePlus failed so much. OnePlus is so bad right now. No,
and that's the thing. I think OnePlus is going through they're going through a crisis right now as far as in the public eye, right?
Well, their main man left.
Carl Pye said,
how long he been gone now?
It's about a year now. Huh?
About a year
Carl
now.
Pye been gone, yeah. But he came up with his own brand. Nothing, right? I don't agree with the name, but
Yeah. But it is nothing. It failed. So
I mean, I think for the most part, us in the United States, I think we have this thing that's programmed in our brains. That's two brands that dominates the United States, and that's Samsung and Apple, right? Us tech reviewers, we talk about other brands, right? I make videos about overseas devices from Xiaomi, well, not Xiaomi, but Realme and all these other brands. I make videos, and people like, I never buy that because it's not a Samsung. So it's very difficult for Oppo and Xiaomi and Vivo and all them to try to come to the United States because nobody. Look, remember years ago, what was that company that tried to come to the United States and they just fell apart? Not ZTE. ZTE. No, before ZTE was I bought that phone. I did videos of it.
There's a lot of Echo tried.
Yeah,
Echo tried.
Yeah, but that
big event.
That was a
remember that big event they did in New York? They did a big event in New York. They tried to come out with Echo TVs, the smartphone, the whole ecosystem and everything. It was cheap and it failed miserably. It failed. Yeah, so that's the problem.
That was a garbage OS though.
I ain't heard that was since.
It was laced with advertising. Like Xiaomi does the same. Let me rephrase that. Xiaomi has a great operating system, and you can get advertised if you opt in, right? Unlike Verizon, but if you opt out of marketing, you don't get the marketing, right? And they do it because that keeps the cost that they can. People that don't opt out, they can advertise, make that money back that they subsidized for putting an 888 that costs $200. Now it might cost Xiaomi like $100, and they can sell it cheaper to go against the Samsung.
But let me ask you this question though: when you talk about in the United States, you have the carriers. Carriers got salespeople. Salespeople got sales goals.
Yeah.
What are they faster sellers, right? If you got 10 customers walking in the door, hey, what's up? So if you got 10 customers walking in the door in a Verizon wireless, what would they sell you? Something fast to get you in and out. Something that you already know.
Yeah, most of them will sell. And like I told you, my experience here, like just right around the street from me, Kim told me this was like day 4 of the Pixel. She's like, I'm putting every Samsung owner into a Pixel 6 until I can get the Pros in stock.
Yeah.
It's like it's $600, works on all carriers. So she's good. And she's like, every time a Pixel come across, I've tried to sell the Pixel, but I understand that their sales go, you get kickbacks for doing Apple, but I think that's where we come in as reviewers to talk about the Xiaomis, but to also say, hey, there's another player here. It's not just Motorola works on all carriers. Pixel works on all carriers. It's not just.
But
Samsung,
you know what, Barry? But it's harder for us content creators because man, we have to convince people. Right? Think about this, right? I make a video about the Realme GT. It's a $400 phone, got an 88 processor, got like 12 gigs of RAM in it. All the RAM, all the storage, everything. Good device for $400, and people will stay away from it.
Yeah, I still get people that push back that say, that say they will have to go like Motorola or Pixel before they go. To overseas because they might need Verizon, or they might just, hey, what if I need Verizon in 6 months? And I totally get that.
And that's the troublesome thing about us reviewers that review overseas phones, right? Not only do we have to talk about the features and functionality of the device, but now we have to convince people or tell people that yes, this will work on Verizon, T-Mobile, US Mobile, Cricket, and stuff like that, because people just don't. And look, most of the overseas phones don't have 5G. Like I've noticed some of the devices that I got in for review, they'll have 4G LTE, but they'll be a 5G phone, but it won't have 5G on US carriers. So a lot of people don't buy that phone because they felt even if the price is cheaper, they say, well, 5G is the future.
Well, and so here's to me, this is the big play. I don't think, and I think Gigi says this very well every single time. I don't think Xiaomi cares because they're like, hey, we're the number one. We don't care if we have the US market. If you guys are crazy enough to not do your own research and not use one of these phones, that's on you, right? But I think the big play for OnePlus, a Google, even though Google is flirting with the high end now, even a Samsung is selling less and less S models. That's just facts. They're selling less. The big play is the actual low end market where the A52s win. The A51, A50. That's where like a OnePlus, like that Nord right now is a little too cheap. The one that was with the MediaTek over the OnePlus 2 that never came out here, bring something like that over here, and then you're back in the game. You could easily bump off.
But you know why? I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why the A lineup is because it's Samsung got a beautiful marketing scam. Well, scam marketing. Everything is Galaxy. Everything is Galaxy. So you say, come get this Samsung Galaxy, and they might say the A like quietly for free. Come get, and you'll see marketing like this. Come get the Samsung Galaxy for free. And then they'll have the name and the A will be way at the small. So Samsung people are programmed.
They are.
No, the Galaxy phone.
They are. But I'm telling you, OnePlus can, they can get there. They supposed to had fans that said rest in peace. You know what? Hey, do one more. Don't do Color OS. Keep doing the Oxygen OS next year and just put out something like that. That's a mid range that beats that. The A52 is not hard to beat. I'm not talking about from a marketing standpoint. It's just not a hard phone.
It's a great phone at a cheap price, and that kind of remind me of a OnePlus, what Samsung does. And see, that's the thing. Samsung really got the best of both worlds. They got the high-end market, they got the medium market, and the budget market. I mean, they have the best of both worlds. If you want to go ultra premium, they got the foldables. If you want the S models, they got the S lineup. If you want the budget models that's really good, they have the A lineup. So Apple do the same thing. Apple got the premium, and with the Pro, they have,
the one.
They do the same thing with overseas phones.
The OnePlus, literally, because they're selling a OnePlus 8 for. I'm sorry to just tell them how to do marketing. They're selling a OnePlus 8 right now
for $299.
For $299.
Wow.
You could release that phone as new, like just change the body style a little bit for that same price, and go. Guess what? Does the Samsung A52 have this? No. It don't have the processor. It don't have all this stuff. This is a better phone, and they could just clean their clock and then just put a little bit of marketing behind it, or get their fans that are on the OnePlus forums. Hey, go word of mouth. Don't buy that Samsung. Go into a store. Get this OnePlus. It's $299. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah, that's hard. Cheap. I think it's hard because we've been knowing Samsung for at least 30 years, 20 or 30 years. It takes time.
It does take time.
It's always show up on the main channel retailer, on the main channel TV commercial, everywhere. They show up on the carrier. They show up on the Best Buy, Costco, and everywhere. That builder presents, so people know, for this many years, I trust him because he showed up in Best Buy. If there's something shit happen, I can go for Best Buy for compensation stuff. But OnePlus and Redmi is a beast.
Redmi is a beast.
Woo! My goodness, I love Redmi.
To me, the Redmi is way better than any. Like, I can't really even compare any budget phone because the Redmi is always in the. It's like, how can I even put budget phones on my channel? Because everybody should be buying a Xiaomi. It's like you just need to switch from Verizon. I'm sorry, use AT&T, T-Mobile. That's all you can get.
Yeah, and I think for the most part, I believe that the country is shifting because of money. I mean, look, people ain't got this type of money to be shelling out $1,500 and $2,000 for a phone, for Christ's sakes, right? Look, when I go to like people that's non-techies, say, hey, would you spend $2,000 for this foldable phone? 99.9% of everybody that's not a techie would say hell to the no, right? The only way they can get it if it's subsidized on a carrier. Oh, I'll pay $40 a month for it, but I'm not paying $2,000 for it. So in the United States, the advantage is the carriers, right? So in order for any brand like a Xiaomi or a Realme or anybody like that, they would have to work really good serious deals with the carriers, because look, the carriers will promote you because they got commercials and everything else. They'll promote your brand, but you got to work with them. That's the whole thing, because it's all subsidized. If you could buy a Oppo, the new foldable Oppo phone in the United States on a carrier for $30-$40 a month, a lot of people will be buying that shit. A lot of people be buying it. But for $1,200, you got to import it from China. Then you got to probably put Google services on it. Nobody, the average consumer is not going to do all that.
They're not going to do it.
Unless you buy global.
But I don't think the average consumer is the market for that phone anyway, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I agree. Like, if it was a slab phone,
But I've seen more people. I've seen average people got the Z Fold 3. Z Fold 3s, I've been seeing them. You know why? It's easy to get.
It's easy to
get. You go to AT&T, T-Mobile, they'll give you a Z Fold 3 with damn near no money down. So, of course, you start to see a lot of people with Z Fold 3s because it's easy to get. Now, the same thing have to apply for Oppo or these other companies come down and say, hey, I want to drop my device in the United States. Let's do some subsidize it on your carrier, make it exclusive. You remember when Apple did the exclusive thing on AT&T, right? And then all of a sudden, you got AT&T making commercial after commercial after commercial. iPhone, you could get exclusively on AT&T, get it exclusively on Verizon, get it exclusively on T-Mobile, right? So that's where to play at. You got to do exclusive deal. But OnePlus did that. Remember that there was exclusive on T-Mobile, right? They're still exclusive on T-Mobile, by the way, right? So they have.
No. They had a Verizon.
No, they had it. Okay, all right. But remember, OnePlus came out and it was exclusive.
Correct.
On
when they first came, yeah,
T-Mobile.
But the thing is, give me, for example, give me a reason if I can buy, if money is not a problem. Give me a reason. If I can buy a Mercedes, BMW, you want me to buy a Chinese brand, and told me it's faster, much comfortable, better technology, and better everything. Yeah, even he show up on my local dealer, I don't care.
Well, so here's the thing. So if the marketing's there, it's just like when the Nissan GTR first came out, right? So it's a Nissan playing in the space that was occupied by not the Camaro, but the Corvette, right?
Viber.
So, but then what ended up happening is people quickly realized, wait a second, this really competes with a supercar. You see what I'm saying? So, like, I know what you're getting at, Carl, but I think if the marketing is there, I just don't know if OnePlus is going to get that marketing.
The point is, OnePlus try to sell a premium price too. He wanted not only to compete.
Correct. Yeah, he want
to compete. On the same price level.
Yeah, I agree.
That is the problem. If the Nissan GTR is a track, I know it's a good car though, but I don't want to pay that much for a Nissan because that's a Nissan. I'm not paying that much money for a Nissan.
Man, it's a GTR though, car.
I know, but it is just for people. Man. If you drive a GTR, go pick up a girl. Most ladies don't know. If I drive maybe like 60,000,
if I pull up in a GTR,
everybody says, "Wow, that's a nice
getting
car."
wet. I'm sorry.
I know you gearhead, man. I'm just talking. Try to make an example.
I know what you're saying.
I know what you're saying, but I'm just saying if I pull up,
of course,
in a GTR,
if the OnePlus 9 is $699, OnePlus 9 Pro $699, $599.
Yeah. No. I know. But the thing is,
hit the motor, daddy.
Yeah, make it rumble, daddy.
It was tough, but the marketing had to be behind it. You see them, they had to have marketing. They didn't. All they did was they led with Hasselblad, where I believe they should have said, guess what? Best wide angle on any camera in the States. And if they'd have said that, then people will know, okay, let's take some pictures of this. It is the best wide angle.
Yeah, you got
Barry. All they have to do is take.
You should tell me how to do market,
So all you have to do is look at the failures of LG. They had a good product, but sucked at everything else. Marketing was the Achilles heel for LG. LG is a prime example of how not to do it. They smoked their mobile department, right? Their marketing was the worst on the planet. And I couldn't believe it that they let it go on for so long. I couldn't believe it let it go on for so long.
Or even OnePlus had the phones that they had last year. Oh my goodness, man.
Think about it is if you look at like Blockbuster, LG, I mean they followed the same trait. No marketing,
I don't like that comparison to Blockbuster. Blockbuster screwed themselves because they were just charging people too much money for shelf space.
And also, I think Netflix approached Blockbuster, and Blockbuster said, "We don't need you." And next thing you know, Netflix is still around. So, but I know you're getting
my space easy.
I just think that when you look at how LG disappeared, right? And man, for the life of me, when I was reviewing LG phones and I'm making videos about LG and I'm thinking about how good their devices are, but
can I highlight D-Men's?
What D-Men? Where he at?
He said people say one area of the camera is lacking. The whole camera, and that's true. I totally get it. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Like when I look at all my phones, maybe I'm just tripping. I think every phone that I have has some areas that's weak on the camera system. But it seems like reviewers get into one little area and say, "Oh, this is trash."
But see, here's the thing. And when we talk about reviewers, we got to talk about motive, right? The bigger content creators, look, they do their thing. They gobble up millions of views. They got a lot of eyeballs. And look, here's the thing. This is our biggest challenge. Usually when the viewer watch a bigger content creator, we don't matter at that point, right? We really don't. And because they get 6 million views and then they come to us and we might say something just the opposite of what so-and-so said on this channel. And what do? They challenge us. They say, hey, they come in our comments and say, hey, you wrong because that person said that the cameras was trash. How could you say the cameras are good when that person said the cameras was trash? So that big debate that we have to deal with, I don't know. It's just one of those things that, I don't know, man.
It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. I try to just focus on what
I know. I focus on my channel, but
you know what I'm saying with this, and try to present that like this is what I like about this camera system, and I think it could work with you if you get this.
But you know what, Barry? The hardest thing that us content creators have to do, we have to show more receipts by showing proof, right?
Correct.
We have to show. And my whole channel, every time I make a video, and I know I got to show this footage, I know I got to show certain footage. And the reason why is because if you don't show receipts, people go question you. You got to show the receipts.
Sometimes you can show receipts and it still gets.
Oh, they'll still, yeah.
I know. And so I know when I focus on the video, I my whole freaking video, my whole thought process is, if I say something,
to figure out what they're gonna say, what they're gonna say. Yes.
And it's tough, man. It's tough. So my whole video, my whole thing when I'm typing up my script, I'm like, fuck, I got to drive all the way across town to shoot this footage. Because if I sit behind this table and say, well, this doesn't work, that doesn't work, or this camera doesn't do this, or this camera don't do that. And if I don't show the footage, I'm gonna get pitchforks and shovels gonna be coming at me.
Mm-hmm.
He said pitchforks and shovels.
I mean, it's I don't know. I kind of enjoy it though.
It's just people's personality.
I know.
I done tons of ads online. You can see how ridiculous comment they left. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Even you say the Earth is round. It's like a ball, global. But people believe,
it's
flat Earth theory. Yeah. There's all kind of people.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that on the hard way. I just okay. You're right, buddy. Congrats.
Yeah.
Become done.
Yeah. Yeah, and look, Albert Huey, when I do my camera reviews, I have to actually show it on the fucking video, a cloth wiping the camera lens, right? I'm showing it on my video in the read, and I'm saying to myself, I'm showing you guys me wiping the camera lens, and I've already done the video. So that's the crazy thing about it. Like, I've already shot the video already. I'm doing my intro. And on my intro, I'm wiping the camera lens because I know I'm gonna do it off camera. Before I shoot my videos, I always wipe the camera lens. But in my intro,
they're gonna say you don't do it, Eric, because you done told on yourself.
Well, fuck. I mean, it is what it is. Like, it is what it is. But I say that to say that I show them that I wipe the camera. Think about this, right? If I do the beginning of the video and after I do the beginning of it, I gotta stop and go shoot, then come back, and no. So I'm already completed the video. I'm just shooting the intro.
Hey, have you ever gotten someone ask you, you wipe it down before you get started, and they be like, Well, that doesn't matter. You still didn't wipe it down.
Yep.
Just because you showed us don't mean you wiped it down.
But the thing about it is, you might be correct, because I can wipe it down in the video, and I can put smudges on it as I'm going. Yeah, as I'm going to take pictures. So what I do is when I start shooting, I got a cloth with me, because I want to be real about it. Like, I don't want to fake this shit. Like, I'm genuinely out there shooting this shit for real. Like, I look at it that I don't want nobody to lie to me, so I won't lie to my viewers. That's how I look at it. So I really do this shit right. Like, I really do. So, when I'm out there 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm really out there 1, 2 o'clock in the morning shooting footage. You know what I'm saying?
So you're not saying you don't know if you turn stabilization off when?
No, I do not turn off stabilization.
So I kind of like when, and sometimes Google takes over. Like, if someone gets too nasty, they automatically block, and I'm like, oh man, and I'm like, I can see that comment, I can see. But there's a guy I thought he was going the wrong way, and I was like, okay, I'm ready. So this dude hit me up on my last video, and he's like, hey man, I work for MGM, I film all the time, and he's like, I've got 5 Sony FXs, I've got A7 4s, I'm not A7 4s, he has A7 3s, A7 S3s, all this stuff, and he goes, I film all the time, and he was like, so the Vivo doesn't have an actual gimbal in it. And I go, wrong. Like I'm like, I wouldn't put that in my video. I'm like, the Vivo, you can literally flip it up like that if you're filming one way, and it will stay looking just like a GoPro or something with a gimbal. It will stay, attached to that. It's actual hardware. But I'm just like, why are you assuming? Because I'm a YouTuber and I'm not, So he goes, oh, I didn't mean to offend you. I didn't know that you knew what was going on. I thought by the way you worded in your video. I'm like, no, I'm not going to put stuff in my video that I don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Or else I'll just keep it moving.
Yeah, TK, I am out there. When I shoot my night video, and the only reason why I shoot my night video so late is because I don't want nobody out there. Like, the stores and stuff, they stay open till 10 o'clock. They still got employees in there till at least midnight. I don't want to be disturbed. So that's why I go out there so
crazy.
late.
He's crazy.
I don't want to be disturbed. And I got Esther with me, so I make sure I got Esther with me.
That late. Sure.
I got people around me. It's called Esther.
Esther and her 16 friends.
Yeah, Esther and 16 friends. And look, I'm gonna tell you, I've was scared a few times. I mean, I got pulled over by cops, man, and I filmed one part of it. And let me tell you something, man. I'm gonna call it how I see it. I'm a black man shooting footage in the malls and stuff, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I got a nice vehicle. I got guns in the car. I got like 10 phones in the car. Yeah, they profile you. But as soon as I talk about I'm a filmmaker, I'm a YouTuber, I show them my YouTube. Man, I'm telling you, I tell them you have to. Cops like, hey man, what you doing out there? Get out the car, show me your ID and all that. Man, I got my hands in the car. It's dangerous, man. It's very, very dangerous, man.
Sorry to hear, TK. I mean, easy. Just turn on the camera. Make sure you record everything.
Correct.
Yeah. Just don't. Sometimes I saw, as a minority, I saw a lot of people. They think we need to like a rebellion. We need to fight. No, you don't need to fight with cop. Keep a record. Keep a video, recording everything, and then we can fight on the court. If that's fault, I'm glad that the government gonna pay me tons of money. I'm definitely support the equal rights. But I know. I just want everyone to know how we can handle with cop. I'm bad, I know the situation you have because sometimes I drive around. I try to, smoke in my car, think about my future. I've been pulled over sometimes. The same thing. I don't fight with cop. It's the cop is not the one we need to fight. I'm sorry to disturb you, but I just want to tell everybody this. The cop is not the one we need to fight. It's the system. So we record what happened between cop and us. You know, we don't disagree them, find a lawyer, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Or the ambulance chasers. We're gonna
well you know the thing about it is I do it's so crazy. I do it for my viewers. The stuff I do out there, man, I do it for my viewers. You know,
we totally get
you know, I do it for my viewers, and the reason why is because I could tell you how good the night footage is. I want to show you how good the night footage is. I can't sit here and talk the talk. I want to walk the walk by showing proof. I always talk about receipts. I say, you gotta show your receipts. You gotta show the footage. I say, you know, let me show the footage. That means that if somebody say something bad or something good, I want to see with my eyes the proof, because anybody can say, okay, I got this device, or I got this car, I got this there, it is bad, or this bad, or that's bad, this bad. But some things you got to show proof, because people call you out and say, hey, I got the same device as you, I'm not having those problems. But when you showing receipts and proof in your video, you be like, oh, I got the same device, I don't have that problem, but I do see that you have that problem. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference between a person that say, oh, you just bullshitting, you lying, you ain't got no problem, you just trying to get, you clickbaiting, you just trying to get clicks and views, right? Or when you showing proof, you say, okay, hold on, this guy's showing proof, and you can't say anything about anybody showing proof. So that's the whole thing.
It's hard to educate the viewers, not everyone. Someone just don't care, but someone, that's what it is. They don't trust nothing until they hold it. It's not what you see, it's what you should be present, and then they might trust you.
That shit.
Even that, they will say, oh, you don't have a steady hands. Remember that?
Yeah. Well, the thing about it is, what you can do is, like, when we get new product, we shoot our videos. What we think about is this, right? We look at it at, okay, it's a new phone. We know most phones that come out is not going to be perfect, right? So most phones come out is not going to be perfect. That means that you got to do what you got to do. And you talk about the video, you give your opinion and say, hey, this phone is not perfect, but let's wait for the software update. This is why it's so important that you do follow-up videos. Follow-up videos is the king, because you make your initial, impressions, but 3 months from now, you got to come out with and 6 months from, and this is why shame on me. This is one of the reasons why I'm stuck with so many phones. And look, I don't expect everybody to do what I do. Some people, you get a phone and when the Android phone start losing its value, you got to do two things. Either I'm going to sell this phone to try to recoup half my money back, to try to buy another phone to keep everything flowing, or I'm going to keep this device and take a loss on it. Because look, if you got a Galaxy S10 that you done bought for $800, you're not selling it today for no less than $150. Man, that's what 85% of value loss. But if you had a Galaxy S10 and you got rid of it 5 months after it came out, you could recoup at least 85% of your money. So a lot of people, I understand. Look, this YouTube stuff take a lot of money. I don't care what nobody say. It takes tens of thousands of dollars coming out of your pocket to make this happen. I just spent a lot of money on devices and product and stuff like that, just to keep my channel floating. It's very difficult. And look, not everybody go take tens of thousands of dollars out their house money, and that's understandable. That's understand. And look, I wish I could turn the clock back instead of buying 4 Galaxy Note 9s like a dumbass, right? Buying 4 of this and 3 of that, right? I wish I could go back and say, why did I spend $3,000 on 4 fucking phones, right? I'm cool. You know why? Because I got look. People was hitting me up and say easy on the T-Mobile variant was better than the AT&T variant. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna go buy the AT&T variant, right? Then they say, oh no, the unlocked variant is better than the carrier variant. Okay, well, I bought the unlocked variant. Then they say, oh, the Verizon wireless variant is better than the AT&T variant. So I bought the Verizon variant.
Oh,
so
shoot.
my dumb ass.
Well, shoot, easy. I'm gonna need, the A74 is better than the A73. I need you to buy that and find out. And the 90, you have to get that new Sigma lens for the 90D too. I need you to find out if that was good too.
And so I've made. I said it, and I keep saying that I made a lot of mistakes. I wish I could go back and undo some of the mistakes that I made. I done bought a house on YouTube. I'm just telling y'all, I done bought a house on YouTube. That's how much money I just spent.
Hey. Yeah. Hey, well, so I won't say where this guy leans, but one of the reviewers that's really good at doing camera comparison, like you, Easy, did an iPhone comparison versus I think it was iPhone versus Samsung, and it was 13 Pro Max. Great video, outstanding, but you saw the brown tint, right? And it wasn't until because me and Jay Will used to talk about, I'm like, man, the video out here is just unbelievable. Like they've gotten better, the stability and all that stuff. And it was not any of the so-called tech people that know everything. It was someone in the chat one day. Me and Jay Will were talking about. It's like, man, we just saw that brown tint. Yeah. And it was a guy in the chat. I was like, oh yeah, you got to turn off smart HDR. No one else was saying all that stuff. Yeah. So like when I go out, and Apple doesn't want to fix it because that messes up when they're outside and how it looks when you're in the light. So they're not going to fix it. But hey, I know how to use it. I know how to get good footage with this in all situations. So I'm good.
So when we talk about software updates, we looking for, possible situations like that to be expected. Now, what Apple did, right? Apple did something to the to the camera app. Remember how you used to go? I haven't messed with iPhone in so long. Remember you had to go into settings and you had to go and change your resolution to 1080p to 4K.
Correct.
Now you could do it in the camera app.
You can do it in the camera app. Correct.
Okay. So when we talk about software updates, these are the enhancements and the tweaks that we want to see, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's the thing that we be talking about, right? So let me ask the people in the comments, do you like software updates or do you care about software updates? And do you be anticipating on software updates? Because I know on Twitter, the big thing is about the Pixel 6 getting the December software update. That's the whole thing right now. I've been seeing a lot of people saying they can't wait. They keep on hitting software update on their Pixels and stuff like that. I haven't got it yet. And stuff like that. So I think software updates is very important. Now on the Apple side, I don't even know if people still jailbreak, but if you do a software update, if you jailbreak it passes the jailbreak, right? I think you still do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and look, the thing about it is, I talked about this in my video, that I don't mind companies not rushing operating system updates, right? Just say if you're on Android 11 and you like Android 11, but you keep on hearing about Android 12. Now you got to remember Android 12 just came out. So it's not really like out. Like, I mean, it's out, but it's like it came out in September, October, November, December. It's only 3 months old. So you find,
we've been running some March. Like I said, but I have it March. I have it on 7 phones right now. Like there's no way. Like, like literally, LaShawn knows if someone came in my house and said, "Hey, can you put your phones on Android 11?" We're gonna fight. I'm just telling you right now. I'm not going back to Android 11. Android 12 is great. Now people are having issues, and I feel bad. And I get people in my DMs all the time. I'm like, hey, if you haven't tried this, this, and this, you need to contact Google. You need, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you got something issue. But as far as I'm concerned, on my Pixels, the 3 that I got, the only thing I still like, I'm hard on the fingerprint sensor. Like I give it because people have issues, and I know Jay Will's got videos where he's just open 2 at a time and all that stuff. I still give it a 7 out of 10. I dropped the score because when the update came, there was a difference between one that got the update and the one that didn't. Like it actually worked better. So I'm like, I'm dropping the score 7 out of 10. You shouldn't be playing games. But as far as everything else, Android 12 is where it's at.
So let me ask you a question. I want to ask people in the comments: would you buy a device? Would you buy a device based off the history of software updates? Because I know D Mills talked about this, about why we harping on 5 years. Yeah. So let's talk about history, right? And would you buy a device knowing it has a good track record with software updates versus a company that just drop a phone and don't give a shit about software updates? Because that's what OnePlus did, right? Yeah. OnePlus did that with the Nord. They say, "Hey, we only gonna support the fucking phone for 1 year." I mean, what the fuck, man? Like, I mean, think about that. They say, "Hey, we only gonna support."
That's what they're doing. Like Motorola, I think the low end. Correct me if I'm wrong, Big House.
Don't say that, but don't fucking come out and say, "Hey, we only gonna support the phone."
Yeah,
don't. I mean, you could say all kinds of, you can say your nuts big and whatever. You can say all kinds of shit, but don't say I'm only gonna support the shit for 1 year.
So how about what if I say I'm only going to support my nuts for 1 year?
Come on, buddy.
I mean, I think that right there, to me, that was a slap in the face to the consumer, right? You want me to drop $400 on your phone, and you gonna give me one software update? Yeah, you might give me security patches, but I'm not gonna get no OS updates because you fucking said it. Hey, fuck you. I ain't gonna get enough but one software update. Fuck you. So would you buy a phone based off of a track record? That's the whole thing. Software updates is a major goal for people.
I definitely need my updates.
Yeah, there you go. Shout out to Shark Fan. What's up with you? I be seeing this guy all over the place. I be on everybody live stream. What's up? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good to see him. Good to see him.
Shark Fan must have a phone case company,
Oh, that's funny.
What up, Big Big? See, let me tell you something. I got a gripe with Big Bigs, right? Nick, alone. Now, Migs come on GG stream, you know what I'm saying? Migs come on GG stream, right? But he don't ask to come on easy stream.
Oh, he only goes to members only stream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's only members only.
It's nothing personal.
And furthermore, Eric, since you want to bring that up, when's the last time you was on my stream, sir?
Ooh. I was on your members only stream.
Yeah.
When's the last time you been on a live stream, a regular live stream?
Oh, it's been a while.
I have to put Migs and Savage on members only because they don't know how to talk.
No, they don't.
See, I talk too much. You might shit, they go easy. Oh, Lord, he's about to talk.
You know how to talk without cussing.
He sounded like Roberto Blake on the damn live stream.
Oh, no.
I don't know what the hell he was talking about this morning. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
So you used to have, look what Savage, can you put up Savage's comment?
Ooh, Savage.
Oh. They coming for you,
Savage, you on my live stream every week. Bro, you on my live stream every week.
Eric gonna hit him with the LaBelle Burton from Martin. His 3 minutes of fame.
Can you tell D-Mems to pause?
Brother gonna get. Oh, sir.
Look, let me tell you something. I like Roberto Blake. Wait. Before people rescreen call this message and DM Roberto Blake,
extreme pause.
Go on record and say that I like Roberto Blake. I watch his videos. I've actually been on Roberto Blake's stream So I've been there on that, and I like the information that Roberto Blake said. The only thing Roberto Blake is he just long-winded. That's all. He's long-winded.
Pause.
Yeah, but that nigga need to pause.
He's long-winded. You do a live stream with Roberto Blake, you got to make sure you have a cup of coffee and a coffee pot, because I promise you it's going to be a 5-hour long stream.
Right next to you, because that nigga
Look, because he will be. You could go to sleep and come back and say, "Oh, he's still live streaming. It's been 6 hours."
Oh, so Savage has another question for you.
It's a streaming.
Oh Lord, he be.
When was the real Savage?
When was the real Savage on that, bro? The last time Savage Scientist Survived was on my live stream. He was all in the. He had no lights on. He was in a sunken place.
Whoo! You
that nigga screaming from under the bed.
He was Super chats is wide open. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, 10 HUD on this. Thank you very much for the $5 holla. I appreciate that.
Gangster King.
That's right.
Still wear my Dickie shirt.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, I know when we talk about, I know, I was so excited to see the LG Wing get Android 11 that I love it. I say in the video that I am so impressed over the cameras on the cameras on the LG Wings
are great. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's a device that I'm glad I got 2 of, right? And it's a device that I'll never get rid of.
Yeah, you can't get rid of it.
Can't get rid of it. Okay. So a lot of people been coming to me and say, "Easy, Christmas is next week. What the fuck should I buy techie wise, right?" And I tell people that Pixels, if you can get it, right? A lot of people want to lean towards the iPhone, or you could get one of our sponsors right here, right? Popcorn World. All you got to do is buy a shitload of popcorn from Popcorn Man himself, right here. Right? Popcorn World.
Echo.
Then he got me echoing. What up, LB?
What's going on, y'all?
I don't know if anybody knows this, but if you're looking to help out, for ideas for your favorite creator, I wear a size Sony G Master 24-70. Thank you.
You stupid.
Hey, so check this out, right? Shout out to Sep Dog, right? I did the promo spot, and he, and he gained 200 views from it. Y'all guys really went over there, man. Y'all guys showing Sep Dog some love on his stream when I did that little promo for him. Now it was, he didn't ask me to do that, by the way.
No. That was all
What in the hell? What is that?
It ain't me.
Hey, that wasn't me.
LB.
What's going on?
LB, looking crispy over there. Oh, look at that. He got that camera wide open.
Man.
What do you got? 1.4? What you got? 1.1? What is you got over there?
It's the Sigma Artland 1.4.
1.4?
Yeah.
Wow. Don't mess with that art.
You see it.
Look at that background. Nah, look, check this out. When people talk about the difference between a professional DSLR mirrorless camera and a smartphone, you cannot get this image out of smartphone. You cannot get this image out of smartphone. Why people try?
Maybe the red hydrogen phone.
No,
that red hydrogen didn't have good cameras.
You cannot get that image out of a smartphone, people. I hear people say my phone can do that.
You can't get that out the new Sony?
No. Juan compared the Vivo.
No, you can't get that
Vivo
bokeh
70
like
Plus
no.
and Pixel 6 Pro and the Sony, and he says to pick them. They all have their strengths.
Yeah, I think with the Sony has is that camera system where you can make all your adjustments. It's not really for the
and it's really fast. It's like
yeah, it's really fast. It's not gonna be a lens that's gonna give you all that bokeh. It's not gonna do it. It's gonna give you a good image quality, but not that creamy background.
I'm gonna send you a link right now. This is from the Pixel. I'm gonna send you LB. So look out for it.
This is probably the cheapest of the mirrorless cameras that I was told was going to be a waste of money because it's a starter camera, yada yada, yada yada.
Of course not. What did that say? What you got? The
M50.
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 Let me tell you something. M50 is my B-roll. All the B-roll you see on my channel is done on the M50. Everything. From B-roll to everything is done on the M50.
Carl,
everything I shoot M50.
Hey,
everything.
Hey, LB.
What's going on with you, Carl? Long time no see.
Yeah, I just tried to get back. You know,
so I just sent it to you.
Friends.
Look at Mims and being bogus.
Hey, Carl, you the S22. Now we know everything about it. We've seen dummy units, man. You got your hands on dummy units yet?
Yeah, I'm buying some.
Okay.
My supplier gonna send them to me.
Okay.
If you guys
because I've seen a lot of some videos popped up with dummy units already, and so yeah, man, the phone gonna be nice. It looked beautiful, man. Just beautiful device, man. Everything that I've seen about the S22 Ultra is going to be absolutely amazing. From the S Pen and S Pen software, because Samsung go do something that's going to give the best of both worlds. They're going to combine the S for the first time, the S in the Note series. They're going to give the Note fans what they want with the boxy shape. Then they're going to give the S fans what they want as being an S device, but it's going to be a Note. With the S Pen inside of the device, they're talking about 16 gigs of RAM on this thing, man. 8 gen processor, 16 gigs of RAM, 256, 512. The design will be beautiful. One UI 4. Yeah, 1 terabyte.
Okay.
Man. But, if you get the 1 terabyte, you got to be ready to pay for it. That's something going to be high.
Man, Barry, I'm looking at this. I see bokeh.
You see bokeh? Yep, that's from the Pixel. That's in video. Can you believe that?
Hey, proof is in the pudding.
Proof is in the pudding, man.
Do you guys feel about something like this? All the phones are overkilling. I used the Note 9 a few weeks ago.
It's still good.
It's still good.
It's still good.
Still good.
Yeah.
Note 9 is fantastic.
Hey, I've always said that. Nah, you know what? I've always said it doesn't matter the camera. It's really the person using it at the end of the day. I think I can get a good photo out of just about any and every smartphone camera.
Not with the LG. What that phone was?
Stylo.
The Stylo 6. You can't do it. No, sir. Can't do it on the Stylo 6.
Okay, realistically, decent.
You can get a D. Yeah.
I'm saying so I think Barry and I was talking about this earlier, and I don't see why we compare smartphone cameras because to me it's no point anymore. Each smartphone or each brand is going to have their own characteristics that they face, and it's like you buy that phone for that look and that feel. Just like Scoop, he buys Sony because he likes Sony for what Sony does. You got somebody that lives by Canon. You got some people out there that live by Nikon. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't buy a Nikon expecting Canon quality.
Correct.
You go buy a Canon. You know.
Yep. So LBU been following me since the beginning of time. And I remember on my live streams, I've been doing a whole bunch of them for a long time. I used to clown people, and I used to say you don't need 8 gigs of RAM. Now, this is when phones was having 3 gigs of RAM in it back then, right? And when OnePlus was putting 8 gigs in one, remember LBU was a OnePlus fan. Yeah. And OnePlus was putting 8 gigs of RAM in the phone, and everybody else was putting 3 gigs and 2 gigs of RAM in the phone. And OnePlus, I think it was the OnePlus 3 or 2 or something, put 8 gigs of RAM. I was clowning it. I was like, you don't need 8 gigs of RAM in the phone. What is wrong with these people? And LBU, this statement right here is 100% correct. I remember that.
You didn't need it. Back then, you didn't need it.
But that's 2018. 2018. I used to say that putting all this RAM in the phone don't make sense.
Wait a minute, that damn OnePlus 2 wasn't out no damn 2018.
OnePlus 3, I think it was one of the OnePlus devices.
In 2018,
I'm about to say that was early, dog. That was.
It's like 2016.
But OnePlus was putting 8 gigs of RAM in the phone way back then.
14,
yeah,
I'm like,
they were still putting a lot of RAM in. I don't think
they were putting a lot of RAM in. If I'm not mistaken, a OnePlus 1 was rocking like 4 gigs of RAM when everybody else was putting 2 gigs of RAM, and OnePlus 1 came out with a 4 gig or 3 gig of RAM, and they was knocking it out the park for $399. There was this that like the LBU said 5T, but the 5T.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The OnePlus 2 was released in 2015.
Okay. 5T. They put OnePlus 1. Oh, OnePlus 1 had 3 gigs of RAM. So you know his history. Yeah.
Hey, you talking to the OnePlus guy right there.
I love that.
Oh, there go Emily. I gotta talk. I clown her. I gotta clown her. Now she come on Gigi streams. She refused. She turned me down to come on my stream.
No.
Why are you coming after my people today, Eric?
Right.
And she told you last week that she would come on here if you were paying attention, sir.
I gotta defend my people.
He's putting that pressure on.
Yeah, but she said she would come on, so he wasn't paying her any attention.
Even she said stop lying.
She said stop lying.
So can I say something to Google? I mean, Google.
The Google, yeah.
The Google, yeah, Google.
Hey,
Google.
So Doodle, yeah. So he made a comment that he kind of likes the non-portrait mode versus, or he likes portrait mode better on Samsung. He said it looks like it's superimposed or whatever. I don't recommend, like, if you want to use portrait mode, it's cool. I used to be a big portrait mode guy. You got the GN1. And if you have the Pixel 6 Pro, you also have the 4x telephoto. Get the natural bokeh. It's right built into the lens. Something that you can't even do.
You know what? I was saying the same thing, Barry, about the portrait mode on the Pixel. But once you really learn how to use it and you switch between the lenses,
correct,
you can get a real nice portrait mode without it looking superimposed.
Oh no, I totally agree with that. But I'm just like, for him, like, you know, if it's a challenge, just use the normal.
Now look at Savage, he recruiting. Look at Savage, he recruiting.
Oh, okay. Emily, you going to Savage's stream?
He recruiting.
Is anybody in their right mind going to Savage's stream?
Oh,
How do you feel about the slow charger speeds of the Pixel 6 compared to modern day flagships? King Team.
I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no problems with the charging time on my phone. I never pay attention.
Yeah, I'm a little bit different than everybody else. So I think it's cool to have the charging speed. But with me, I charge all my phones to 80%. And the way I charge my Pixels is at night, I put them on the charger. I set the alarm, wakes me up to whatever song I want. And it slow drips all the way through the night. So I do slow charge with all my, as much as I can. And my other phones, I take them off at 80%. So I'm cool.
Yeah,
just slow down. You know, the world's too fast right now. Just slow down. Don't care about the fast charging. Give me enough food, you're good to go.
Oh, but look what I'm talking about. Hey, Carl, I got to get a drink with you, man. What you got there?
Ooh,
margarita.
Emily responded. I don't know if you want me on your stream, Savage.
Ooh.
Basically,
really
what
don't.
she's saying is she's smarter than you, so she don't know if you want the brains.
I want the gold.
I did want the gold, but
Now my daughter wants a Pixel.
Oh, she wants.
But look, this is the thing.
The one that shoots photos?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Understand?
Not an iPhone?
Nah.
What's you on iPhone for?
Because
do shit on
all her friends gonna use the iMessage, you know.
Well, that's the only. Well, she wants to keep her iPhone. She goes, I don't even want to turn the phone on. I just want it for the camera. Said no false flaggers around here, lady. If you're gonna go that way, you're gonna go that way.
Get her. Not just gonna use.
Hey, Carl, I got something for you, man.
The camera.
Okay, you had to do it. Okay, I see.
Oh man, mine is pre-mixed. I shouldn't go that fancy, easy. I'm good with this right now.
Hey man, I changed my drink, man. I'm all on Remy now, man. This is my drink now instead of.
You done with the crown? No more crown?
No, you know, I still got I still got my Jameson, you know, but
you done with the crown?
Yeah, I'm done with crown.
Oh, you put the crown down? Oh shit.
Yeah, I gotta go Remy. I'm all Remy now, man. Yeah.
Why'd you put the crown down?
Well, because you know we your boss, man. You gotta step up a little bit.
Okay.
You know, you got a boss. Somebody. I went to Ruth's Chris, right? They got this drink called Sideways something, and it was with Remy Martin and
Sidewalk something, sir.
Sidewalk something, yeah. And it was with Remy and stuff like that. I fell in love with that drink. So I go to Ruth's Chris and I go to their bar and I get the side thing. So now I'm on Remy now.
The Remy Martin is good, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yes, sir.
Look at Emily.
I
see you, Emily.
Recently, I became kind of a alcoholic that couldn't get drunk. I'm serious. Yeah, I'm serious, guys. Listen, last time I think I had 400 milliliter Chinese. It's a Chinese liquor. It's like 56% of the alcohol. I didn't drink.
Man, you gotta kill yourself.
I just finished the party. I cleaned my house. I cleaned the mess up and cleaned my house. Tucked my daughter in. And I fall asleep.
Oh, Barry! Oh my God!
And wake up with nothing. I said, "What's wrong with me? Maybe I should go with my physician." You know?
Yeah.
Oh, Barry.
So, Carl, your cases. Your cases has been great. You know, as far as because I use your cases on all my phones, and I think. I don't know if you didn't make a case. You didn't make a case.
That's Pixel 7.
Pixels, yeah.
No Pixel.
Okay. So, I think because you always make the iPhone because that's look. I understand popular. You gotta make money. So I mean, you know.
No, my money comes with the Samsung.
Samsung. Okay.
This is the edition. I didn't release them. It's the Kevlar version. It's for S21 Ultra.
S21?
Really good one.
Yeah.
I didn't release this one.
Why not?
You know, just choice.
Let me see. Hey, can you hold that up real quick again, Carl?
Yeah, look at that. That's
now,
beautiful.
The lip is about the same as the with the iPhone?
If you guys know about the retail,
no, on the screen, the lip on the screen.
Front, yeah.
Oh yeah. Look at that lip. That's a nice lip.
That's what we like. We
this is extra higher.
Correct.
Those are extra higher. Do you guys know the Rebel phone case? Yeah, you know Rebel. Yeah, the Everything Apple Pro.
Yeah.
His phone is most of his phone is like this, you know.
Yeah.
I couldn't say
it'll be like the old one.
You know. Yeah. We just all want to after you bust the screens, we all want to, get the high-rise sleeves,
Correct.
It might not work, but it might work. So just try.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I think anything is better than out of box. Out of box cases.
Oh, where's
good.
Where's
yeah, Jay will like out of box cases. Yeah, I see he like out of box cases, but I don't know. They big and bulky and heavy, and
they've made some clear ones that aren't as big and bulky here.
Yeah, they're not bulky. I think the best selling for them is the slim one. Called,
but they always like $60 a pop though. They're always high. Out of box cases like $60 a hot pop. They're very overpriced.
Everybody have their price strategy, because they go from Walmart. They really build the trust. For my products, my selling is okay. It's enough for me, to feed the family, to get a 10-feet Christmas tree. I don't plan. But different people have different strategies, Especially they are huge now.
Yeah, they're huge. Yeah.
Huge.
Well, since we getting closer to the end of the stream, let's go to talk about who's streaming for the rest of the week here. Tomorrow we got
Ike.
Is Mike back, right?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Okay. So Mike is not back. And Ike, we got Ike and Ike at 9, and
I don't think TK and them are going to be doing it this week.
Okay. And then Friday we got Savage doing the pregame.
Savage, and he's trying to recruit Emily for the pregame.
I see you trying to recruit Emily. Emily tell him Emily's sticking a middle finger at him. That's what she's doing.
Well, see, Savage likes to bash women, and not really bash them, but we got the easy lane in life and all kinds of bullshit like that. Emily's not down with it.
No,
y'all don't work hard.
We don't work hard. It's not tougher for us in the tech community. We got it made. So.
He said he ain't streaming Friday.
What?
Savage ain't streaming.
Did he stream? Wait, did he stream this Friday? Or
no.
Oh, okay.
I guess he's quitting streaming.
He taking lunch, huh? Taking the lunch break.
She busy this Friday.
So Savage taking the lunch break.
We got to light him up on LaShawn's stream, man.
Yeah, and then LaShawn stream right after that. He got we got
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. All right.
Oh, Reggie in the building. What's up, Reggie?
What up, Samuel?
Hey, Reggie.
What up? And Saturday what we got?
Slang.
Man, I be missing Slang, man. I guess I'd be 10
o'clock. I think it's around 10 o'clock. Yeah.
10 p.m.
Weekends is tough, man. That's why I'm saying. I'm sorry, like Slang. I be wanting to catch everybody, but
he said looking forward to learning some code. You ain't gonna learn no code.
Yeah, you ain't gonna learn no code from that motherfucker. You might well forget it. Capiche.
Yeah,
the gangster king.
And then Sunday we have El Jefe. I called him last Sunday. I called El Jefe last Sunday, right? Yeah. I was sitting on the couch watching football, and I had him in my airplane. So yeah. And then Monday is T-Back Monday because he canceled.
Yeah.
He canceled this past
noon
Monday.
Noon is Juan, and then 7 is Lewis, and then T is at 9:30. And that's one that people probably want to make sure they're at.
Yeah.
T having a special one on Monday.
Yeah, giveaway.
Yeah, he giving away some shit. Yeah.
30
nice.
prizes or some shit like that.
Ooh, sweet.
Eric.
Hi, Ed. Yeah.
Eric, I sold my Z Fold 3.
Get that shit. What? Yeah.
Oh.
GG. Are you down? I mean, are you getting rid of your Z Fold 3?
It's already gone.
Yeah, it's already.
Oh no.
I saw you want to.
Hey Barry, you see?
Did you sell your Z Fold 3 to LB?
Yeah, I sold the LB.
Ah, okay. You gave
I haven't.
YouTube
I love these things.
I thought LB had got the Pixel.
It's not for him.
It's not for him. I'm gonna be rolling with LaShawn.
I'm a Samsung boy.
LB. I thought LB had a Z Fold 3 already.
No.
You don't want the Z Fold 3.
LB never. Oh, all right. LB go ahead to Z. Look, you about to when you get fold, you never go back.
Not for
you
him.
about to get that fold.
It's not for him.
He's all about Team Pixel.
That's not for me.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I'm good on the phone. I only got hooked to this Google Assistant. So
Yeah.
look,
Hey, big dog. I talked to somebody in my DMs today, and they were like, "I see you sold your 3. I was thinking about selling my 2 to get a 3." I said, "Keep your 2. Keep your 2."
Yeah,
I had
wait for
better
the
battery
4.
life for the 2.
Yeah, if you got a Z Fold 2, wait for the 4. Don't you good? It's too late to buy a Z Fold 3 right now, unless you get a good deal on it. I ain't gonna tell you not to get it. I got all 3 of them.
Even
and
that
I'm telling
$1,000
you,
deal, I would wait.
I got them. But I use the fold and flip phone, but every time I use the regular phone for the gaming, I just miss it. Somehow it's better performance on the game. I suck it again, but
that's why I'm intrigued by the
better.
size of that
Feel different.
Oppo Find N.
Yeah, the Oppo phone. Oppo might be
like
your
a perfect size.
because like you.
Well,
keep it
today
like
was
this.
pre-order, Kimmy. Today was pre-order.
No, it ain't. It was the announcement.
I thought today was
announcement.
No,
but I thought
pre-order
today,
is the 26th.
I thought they was gonna get this in people's hands before Christmas.
No, this is not an American phone. It's not even coming to the States, sir.
I know he got to import it. I know that, but I'm just saying. I know if you get it, I know you will want to get it before you know that.
No, I'm fine with getting it whenever I get it. When one of those imports come out, I don't get it for a month or 2 anyway because I'm not paying retail.
Right. They'll be on, something like that. Okay, so Tuesday we got chemistry. Don't forget to go to chemistry Tuesday. Listen, I want everybody to understand something. Y'all all got to go to chemistry Tuesday.
Don't be trying to make up for bashing my people. I know what you're doing, Eric.
Ain't next week is Christmas?
Yeah,
like this Christmas week, huh?
Yeah, next Saturday.
Do you still have my photo? With the nice blazer, but
you in your box.
Oh, before we go,
would you like me to post that post stream? I did find it. I had to look for it. I do have you in your blazer and boxers, sir. If you would like.
Can LaShawn show this thing I just sent him?
Oh, goody.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's have some fun. Hell yeah. Let's have some fun.
I've seen this before.
In my Google Photos, I gotta look for it.
Gotcha. Hold on 1 second.
I was crazy.
Hey, I used to have a shirt like the one Kimmy got on. I had it for a good hour.
It was gifted to you from me, and you lost it.
I had it for a good hour.
Right.
How do you give somebody something and they lose it within an hour? We had good pizza that night,
Baron
sir.
Burton, that's how.
It was not my fault.
The Baron Burton, that's how.
Sharing is coming your way, Eric.
Yeah.
Some thieves in Chicago, ain't
And here we go.
What is that?
What is that?
Just watch.
You're about to see. It didn't play, LaShawn.
No?
Yeah,
No,
you
it's
gotta
not
hit play
playing.
again.
Hold on.
Everybody needs this to go out, huh?
Right. How did it not play?
It didn't.
It's not.
It didn't. We looking at. We looking at.
I see it.
Look, it's a freeze frame. Yeah, there's a play button, sir.
Yeah, I know. I seen it. Hold on. Let's get this over here.
It's moving, LaShawn.
What, did you go outside already, sir?
Testing out my A6400 Sony gangster camera, and I still wear my Dickie shirts. And I still wear my Dickie shirts.
Gangster.
Savage.
Gangster savage.
And
Is a savage a gangster or programmer?
Thank you. Thank you. I've said that.
Hey, Kimmy, I'm about to get busted.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'm about to get busted.
Uh-oh.
I tried to be slick.
Oh yeah.
And move it up here to the shop. Guess who's on their way to the shop?
Oh.
Look how big this thing is, Kimmy.
So LB
hold
tried to be
on,
slick
let's
and get
see.
himself something,
Oh,
that's funny.
nice.
and the wife don't know about it, but she on the way to pick him up. Okay.
LB, you
Oh,
gonna
he-
be a DJ?
You said what?
Are you gonna be a DJ?
No. I play bass. This is a looper. A professional looper.
Yes, indeed.
Well, you might as well confess now.
Baby, I can
walk in the door
explain.
and say, "Hey, I don't know how to
Baby,
do
I can explain. Baby, I can explain.
I can explain.
I don't know how
Shout-
this got here, but
Shout out to everybody that watched the stream tonight, and I really appreciate everybody for joining. Don't forget about next weekend, next Wednesday. We just gonna have fun. It's a Christmas stream. We just go bullshit around, just have some fun.
we're gonna make extended stream next week.
Yeah, why not? I'm gonna have a lot of Remy, and the wife go leave me alone, and so we gonna have us some fun. Why not?
Hey, which one of y'all gonna be my stand-in? One of y'all bought this for me. Who?
No, I ain't bought your shit.
I do it. I got you.
I mean, for generous for generous donation, I can be whatever you want me to be, LB. Come on now.
LB already owe you one, man. You didn't send me the
even more
popcorn or whatever, man. I'll vouch for you. I bought it. I got it from him. That's my present to you, sir.
Right.
I'll put my neck on the line.
Right.
Damn, Eric, you got 419 people watching.
Yep. Well,
That's
thank
crazy.
y'all guys very much. We gonna get on out of here. We will see y'all next week, baby. Where my outro?
Happy holiday.